Hi, beautiful people. How are you? I am Keishara Chisholm, and welcome back to my channel, Keishara Creates. If this is your first time here with me today, welcome. I am a certified therapeutic art instructor and a life coach, and I am here to bring you guys another wonderful therapeutic art instructional video. So today we are going to delve deep, and I'm going to get really personal and authentic with you guys to share with you a therapeutic art technique that I use personally to help me overcome deep embedded emotional abuse and trauma that I have experienced from past relationships. So I'm going to be very open and honest with you guys today to really show you personally how I overcame some of the negative mindsets and energies that have been sent towards me in the past. So we are actually going to start with writing today instead of just painting. So in society, we're taught to suppress our emotions and just be strong and move forward, which is actually one of the most damaging things that we can do. The strongest thing that you can actually do is to actually embrace the way you feel, reflect upon it, release it so that you can overcome those emotions. If you just suppress it and keep it buried, it's not going to do anything but resurface. So I've shared with you guys in the past about my personal journey and what caused me to start my therapeutic art journey, healing journey, and what prompted me to become a certified therapeutic instructor and coach. So one of the things that always hurt me the most when I was going through a verbally abusive relationship was something that was stated to me and I heard daily, multiple times on a daily basis, was that the quote exactly is that you are a good woman, you just need to change everything about yourself. Hearing that repeatedly from someone who I thought loved, cared, and appreciated me was so damaging. And by me just suppressing it and trying to move on without really delving deep and embracing the hurt that I felt from that emotion only caused me to become angry and bitter and frustrated. And I had to realize, or I had to learn, in order to forgive and to start the healing process, that I had to be honest with myself and my emotions. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to write out that exact quote, and then I'm going to write over top of that with a different color that shares the negative emotions that I felt from that quote, and then we're going to write over top of that with words of victory to overcome the negative emotions from that hurtful saying. Then we're going to paint over it, and we're going to write a loving, beautiful self-acceptance affirmation over top of that. So this activity has more to do with embracing and reflecting upon the negative emotion so that you can release it and start fresh with positive energy so you can manifest beautiful, loving energy into your life. So let's get started. So since we're going to paint over all of this, I didn't get fancy with any of my tools or anything today. So I'm going to write the negative quote in orange. We're going to write over top of that with pink. We're going to write all the negative emotions that we felt with pink, because pink identifies with self-love and self-acceptance. And then we are going to write over top of those negative words with black. Then we're going to start painting. So as I mentioned, the quote was, "You're a good woman. You just need to change everything about yourself." Now sit and think and wonder upon that. How hurtful and evil and mean-spirited was it for someone who I believed and I perceived as loving and caring to say such negative affirmation towards me and towards the woman that I am. Luckily, I was able to overcome this and embrace it for the actual lie that it is, because this does not identify me. So I'm going to be honest with exactly how this negative quote affected me. So again, it states, you're a good woman. You just need to change everything about yourself. So some of the ways in which this quote made me feel was afraid. I was afraid to be myself. I was afraid to be true to myself. I was afraid that I was not going to be accepted. It made me feel rejected. It made me feel rejected, made me feel like I wasn't good enough just as I am, just being true to me. It made me feel lonely. It made me feel like I was alone, like no one wanted to be with me, no one cared for me unless I changed. It made me feel unworthy. It made me feel unworthy because it made me feel rejected and unaccepted. It made me feel as if no one would deem me worthy unless I became whatever version that this abusive person had in their mind for who I should be, instead of just being myself. Of course, it made me feel disrespected. It made me feel disrespected because this was such a hurtful and negative words to have spoken over me. It made me feel sad. It made me feel miserable. It made me feel empty and worthless. It made me feel extremely disturbed for just who I was. It made me feel, find another spot here. It made me feel isolated. Again, it made me feel lonely and unworthy and sad and rejected and afraid. It just put me in a mindset of isolation where I departed from my friends and my family and the people that truly loved me and meant the best for me because of the negativity that was being spewed to me each and every day. It made me unconfident. It made me unconfident in just being myself and being true to myself and being honest and authentic with who I am as a woman. And it made me feel confused. It made me feel confused because how could I, just me being me, be unworthy, be not good enough? Why did I need to change in order to be accepted? So hearing that quote multiple times from someone that I love, and again, that quote was, "You're a good woman. You just need to change everything about yourself," made me feel all of these negative emotions. It made me feel afraid, rejected, confused, lonely, unworthy, isolated, depressed, sad, and unconfident. And right here, right now, I'm going to declare victory over these emotions by writing over top of them with some of the positive affirmations that I learned to declare and speak over my life in order to wipe out this negativity and to believe positive and good and beautiful things about myself. So, for afraid, I am going to write, I am courageous. For rejected, I'm going to write, I am accepted. For lonely, I'm going to write, I have friends. that love me. For unworthy, I am going to write, I am loved. For disrespected, I am going to write, I am respected. For sad, I am going to write, I am joyful. For unloved, did I already write over that one? No, actually, I don't think I wrote that one in the beginning, but we're going to write the positive affirmation for it. So we are going to write, I am valued. For isolated, I'm going to write, I am honored. For unconfident, I'm going to write, I am confident. And for confused, I am going to write, I am wise. So by writing over all of these negative words and emotions that I felt and I once believed over myself with these beautiful positive affirmations, I take back the power of that negativity and declare victory and peace, love, and positivity over my personal mind state of how I identify with myself. I declare over myself with these beautiful positive affirmations, I am courageous. I am courageous to be myself and accept myself the way that I am. I am accepted. I am accepted and respected and honored for being true and authentic to myself. I am wise. I had the wisdom to move away from the negativity and embrace myself for who I am and to love myself truly. I am valued. I am valued for my uniqueness and my talent and being authentic to myself and not being afraid to show the world who I truly am. I am joyful. I am filled with love and positivity, and I can look upon this negative situation and find joy in the fact that it helped me to gain my confidence and my strength to be this beautiful woman that I am today, to have a purpose and a courage to overcome this negativity so that I can share with all of you guys how you can do the same as well. I am confident. I am confident in the woman that I am and who I was created to be, and being true to my own self and embracing my emotions, embracing my truth, and sharing that with all of you guys. I am respected. I am respected in each and every form in my life. I am respected and I am respectful to my own self. I show others respect, and in return, they respect me. I have friends and family that love me. I am loved by the people that I choose to have into my life. They love and they embrace me for who I am. And I am honored. I am honored to have such a beautiful, loving outlook over life after dealing with such a negative situation. All right. So now that I wrote out all these emotions, reflected upon them, and took back the negativity by using positive affirmations, we are going to paint over this bad boy, take back the power, and write a beautiful, loving, self-acceptance affirmation over top of this. So I'm going to use acrylic paint. I like acrylic paint because it does not take a long time to dry. And like I said, this is more so about releasing and reflecting upon the emotions than it is about the artistic technique. That is what I love about art therapy. It's just about releasing your emotions, being true to yourself, and expressing yourself freely. So this is my paint palette. It's a hot mess, but I've got the primary colors. So red, yellow, and blue, white and black, of course. And I'm going to incorporate some green and some, I like to use really bright colors, so I like neon pink. So we're going to start with black. We're going to start around the corners in the sides with black to cover over the negative emotion. And then we're going to use pink, because like I stated before, pink has to do with self-love and self-respect and self-acceptance. And we're going to use orange because orange identifies with the energy of confidence and joy. So I thought those would be beautiful colors to use to set the tone for our lovely acceptance affirmation that we are going to create. All right, so I'm just going to use a large flat brush. Like I said, this is more so about putting in the positive energy to overcome this negativity and actually releasing these negative emotions than it is about the artistic technique or approach. So use whatever brush you have. But I'm just going to load some black paint onto my paintbrush, and I'm just gonna, on the sides, start adding some black paint. Do the corners of your canvas as well. And focus on the positive words, the positive energy, the strength that you gained from covering over all of these negative thoughts and emotions that you once believed about yourself. We're taking back the negativity with victory and declaring positivity and love in our lives by choosing these beautiful, lovely affirmations for ourselves. And as you can see, like I said, this is not about technique. Right now, we're just throwing down the black to signify overcoming these negative emotions. So I'm just going ahead and making sure I have some black on all the corners and the sides of our canvas. We're going to fade into the black with some orange to symbolize confidence and good self-esteem and joy. And then we're going to add in the center with pink to signify self-love and self-respect and self-acceptance. All right. And get some black down here too. So I'm just going, almost forgot about down here. So we are using the black to take back our power from these negative words that were spoken over us. We're going to use this black to overcome those thoughts and emotions. So I'm just going to move my brush back and forth on the sides, top and bottom, just to start blending inwards towards all of this past emotion that we once felt. And see, I'm not being overly particular. Like I said, this is more so just about reflecting on those emotions and having the courage and the confidence to overcome them. Beautiful. So, I'm going to put that paintbrush down. And next, I'm going to just use a smaller flat brush. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you have the same brushes as me, as long as you have a paintbrush. You can even do this with marker as well. You can do it the same exact way. I chose the colors that I did because I knew that I could write over top of them easily. So you might want to adjust that if you do use marker. However, so we are going to do some orange. So we're going to start with some yellow and some red. I'm just going to mix it up until I get a nice orange that I like. I'm going to add a little bit of green into that. See, I just added a little bit to deepen this up to get a darker orange. There we go. And I'm just going to start kind of in the middle of where the black is and start blending in with some of this dark orange. So we're just taking back some of the power from these negative thoughts by overcoming that with these beautiful, bright, vivid colors. And we're going to go back in with some darker, some brighter shades as well. So we are covering over this negativity so that we can focus on the positive, wonderful person who we are. All right, I'm going to, just with that same paintbrush in that same color, add some yellow to it to make a really bright orange and blend right over top of what we've got. And this is just about covering up that negativity. That's what this activity is about. It's not about the artistic approach. It's about finding joy and beauty and love amongst the darkness, overcoming the hurt and the pain, and finding beauty and freedom in the process of taking back the negativity. All right, so I'm going to get some yellow and some white, make a really pastel yellow, and add some red into that, and more yellow. I want to make a really pastel orange. Add a little bit of the neon pink to that to brighten that up. There we go, I like that shade. Wipe off some of it so it's not so thick. And throw some of this orange down too. And like I said, this is about taking back the power from the emotion of these negative words that we once experienced. And add a little bit more red into that to get some courage and some strength as well. And we're going to start doing some pink in the center. So let me clean off this brush. Sorry if that's really loud. I didn't clean it off extremely well, but hey, it's cleaned off. We're going to use a lot of the neon pink and some red and some white. Mix that up. Add a little bit more red to that. There we go. And coming out of the center, we are going to use the pink to add some lovely self-acceptance and self-love energy. How beautiful is that? All right. Now, we've used some color theory and some beautiful energy to cover up all that negativity. So what we're going to do now is we are going to dry off this lovely canvas so that we can start to write our beautiful, positive self-acceptance affirmation over top of this. So bear with me for a little bit. I've got my handy dandy blow dryer. Like I said, acrylic paint does not take long to dry. If you don't have a blow dryer, this might take about 20 minutes to dry on its own just because we did so many layers. But with the blow dryer, it'll probably only take a minute or so. So bear with me. I promise you don't want to miss this. Everyone that stays to the end of this video will be blessed with so much positive energy. So you don't want to miss. And that's good. I dried it off a little bit longer than I normally do, just because we are going to write over top of this. So I wanted to make sure the background was mostly dry. So you can either use paint or you can use paint pens as well. I'm going to write over this with white because I want it to stand out against all of the dark colors. So we are going to use white. I grabbed a paint pen. Let's see if it will work for me today. We shall see. So let me shake it up. So the positive affirmation that I chose to write over top of this lovely painting that we use to take back our power from our negative beliefs that we had for ourselves is, I love and accept myself for who I am. So I'm going to write it out with the paint pen, and then I will decide from there. So I kind of want to center it more so here, which is why I wanted to use more so of a paint pen. You can, if you have a really small paintbrush, you can do that too, whichever you prefer. So I love and accept. And see right there, it really wasn't dry that well. But we're going to go back over this with some paint anyway. Myself. For who I'm sorry. I should have dried it off a little bit more, but I didn't want to make you guys wait all that time with the blow dryer. For who I am, exclamation mark. All right, so put the paint pen down, pick up my lovely paint palette, and I'm going to get a really thin flat brush, and I'm going to take some white paint, and white can be really thick, the same with black, so I like to get it to a nice consistency that makes it pretty easy to write with. So I'm just going to write over top of this so that it stands out more. So I love and accept myself. A little bit more water. Paint's getting kind of thick. There we go. So I love and accept myself for who I exclamation point. There we go. Now, doesn't it feel good to overcome all of that negativity with wonderful, loving, positive energy of self-acceptance? So I hope that you guys enjoyed this lovely therapeutic art technique that I shared with you guys today. As you can see, I was very authentic and open with you guys in regards to a technique that I personally use to overcome some low self-esteem and hurtful energy that I had suppressed. So if you guys embrace this activity and use it for your benefit, it will help you to release those negative emotions and break free for them as well, so that you can love yourself for who you are and bring in all the positive, joyous energy that you deserve. So if you enjoyed this beautiful therapeutic art technique, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys in advance. All of your likes and subscriptions all mean so much to me, and it helps for more people to see my artwork and to get these beautiful, creative, healing, therapeutic art lessons and tutorials. And if you would like to support me and my channel, you can definitely do so by donations, or you can send me hearts. I love hearts in the comment section. That is another wonderful way that you can show me love and appreciation. Thank you. And I am currently available for therapeutic art sessions. So if you would like a one-on-one personal therapeutic art session with me, all the information to get that scheduled is down below as well. And I also offer group painted affirmation virtual paint parties also. So if any of that sounds good to you, or if you want to see any of my artwork or anything along that line, my website and email, everything is linked below. So thank you guys so much for joining me with this beautiful therapeutic art healing tutorial. I hope that it blessed you with positive energy and made you feel loved and accepted for who you are. Thank you guys for joining me. I will see you guys Saturday for another therapeutic art technique and tutorial. You guys be blessed and have a positive and joyful day. Bye.